Good evening, this is Weather Analyzer. Is it audible at this point or uh, okay? Okay. Cyclone Remal moving ever closer to the coasts of West Bengal uh, near Haldibari, probably. Yes, it's near Haldibari. It's echoing for no reason. Let's volume. Is the landfall process has begun. I will say that the landfall process almost begun and it will go on for 2 to 3 hours, but we will be covering this live stream for only 1 hour, but we'll be trying to cover the complete event takes place. It's actually raining outside with some gusty winds blowing, probably around 50 to 60, not more than that, but expected to intensify as it moves into the coastline, as it actually expected to do some kind of a brown ocean effect. It's kind of a sussy thing, but it's not a rare thing. If some kind of cyclones move towards this wetlands, it actually tries to re-intensify or maintain its intensity due to that brown ocean effect. Well, it does not. It doesn't seem like it's not weakening. Actually, it's trying to build up even more a tight core before it makes landfall. Well, what is the condition in Bangladesh? I would like to know. Uh, most of the areas are actually registering signal 10 warnings, or I think signal 9 warnings, 9 to 10 in Bangladesh, probably near Mongla and Paira. Well, the winds have increased again. Yes, the winds have increased. Yeah, brown ocean effect means storms that intensify inland. Small amount of rain in Chattogram and a very little winds. Actually, the system is not near Chattogram. It's far away from Chattogram, but it will still deliver some huge amounts of rainfall and some gusty winds from the pooling effect. It's disastrous situation in Satkhira, as it should be, because this cyclone is actually very powerful and it's on the verge of making landfall on the coast of West Bengal, in Haldibari in South 24 Parganas, where it's trying to build up a nascent eye as it continues its landfall progress. And I don't know it will intensify even more or not, because brown ocean effect actually helps this system to maintain its intensity. But after it makes landfall, it will continue moving inland and will subsequently not quickly weaken. It will gradually weaken, but its decaying is expected to happen within the next 2 to 3 days. From my point of view, it's already a category 1, because it's already building a tight core. It's trying to wrap up the remaining circulation, remaining gap. Probably it will complete its landfall process while making a visible eye at this point. Hathia saw record high tides ever. I still don't know why. Some of the coastal regions of Bangladesh has been recording high tides. Yes, that was unexpected. Obviously, no one would expect that. It's already windy outside, too much windy. Stormy, I will say. Yes. It happened during 3 p.m. The maximum storm surge limit is almost up to 3 feet, if I am not wrong. Maybe around 3 feet or 4, 3 to 4. 20 people live. Okay. Uh, it's still intensifying. I don't know what is its exact situation, what is actually exactly going on in the small areas like Kagdeep, Haldibari, Baliari, Pathor Pratima. The condition over there is really worsening at this point. Obviously, because it's actually near land, so the northern quadrant will not be having too much cloud, and also it has a monsoonal influence. It's just like 04B of 2022, which made landfall in West Bengal as a minimal tropical cyclone. Uh, almost registered winds up to 95 to 100 kilometers per hour. And back in August 2022. Obviously, because it's kind of monsoonal in nature. You take the example of 04B of 2022. It is just like that. Well, most of the damages is happening in Hathia, Paira, Mongla in Bangladesh. Well, it was not forecasted to make landfall in Bangladesh from my perspective, but looking at the IMD's perspective, we created our own track. So it actually shows that it's kind of weird. Sorry for the notification sound. Yes, it's actually nearing the border, but the actual center of circulation probably near the coast of West Bengal. It's but not gonna lie, it is actually affecting both continent, actually both countries, or as I say, এপার বাংলা and ওপার বাংলা একদম বর্ডারের কাছে ল্যান্ডফল করছে. It seems like it's moving towards the border. I think it's stagnant and moving nearly northwards from the last couple of frames. The storm is almost near closer to the border. Maybe it will make landfall within 30 minutes to 1 hour. Well, I am there to cover the event until it makes landfall. I don't know, the sky is kind of weird. Sometimes it clears and sometimes it gets overcast. But the wind is consistent, constantly blowing. What happening in the rest of the areas in West Bengal, I would like to know, because same kind of condition will be occurring in the other parts as well as I am facing at this point. It's windy. Obviously, it's windy outside. It's stormy. Some intense spells are coming and going at this point. Yeah, same in Barakpur, as it should be. Well, it loading the imagery. Yes, it's loading. It shows that it's almost started doing its job at this point. It's almost at the landfall, on the verge of making landfall. Same here, it's gusty condition as well here as well. In Dhaka, sometimes strong gusts coming, there is no constant winds. But I will say the normal winds are actually constant, but the gusts are not. Well, I've just noticed lightning. Is anybody in your location saw any kind of lightning or not? It seems like there is also some kind of lightning. Okay, the imagery is loading, it seems like. It's almost coming over land. It's trying to coming over land, but well, it's still well over the waters. It will actually go through the wetlands. Let's load the imagery again. I would have been happy if I've been able to show what is exactly going outside in my rooftop, but due to rain I'm unable to go there. I think it will weaken gradually over land as it actually happens, but probably it might anticipate a brown ocean effect for a brief time before it's weakening. Maybe it's only one time, but I'm actually seeing kind of lightning over here for some reason, I don't know, but lightning occurs. Normally the lightning occurs at this time. I don't know is it raining or not, but the sounds are hilarious. Southern quadrant, it is actually very intense because it's still in the warm waters and it's continuing to gather the energy. Well, we can also see the clouds are wrapping up quickly. It also shows kind of an intensification as it nears the coasts. It's dangerously close to the land. It's dangerously close at this point. It's wrapping up quickly. Will it stall? Actually, it's moving quite slow. Normally, generally, when a cyclone is about to make landfall, the cyclone moves fast, but at this time, this cyclone is moving much slower than we expected. আপনি বললেন দেখেই বলছি, দু একটা বাংলায় কথা বলতে পারেন, আমরা অধিকাংশ বাংলা থেকে, আর আপনার বাংলা কথা শুনে ইচ্ছা আছে, মাফ করবেন। না না, বেয়াদবি কেন, আমি নিজেই বাংলাতে বলতে বেশি পছন্দ করি। অ্যাকচুয়ালি এই চ্যানেলের ওভারঅল অডিয়েন্স তো আর বাংলা বোঝেন না বলে কখনো হিন্দি বা কখনো ইংরেজি ভাষা বলতে হয়, নিলে আমি নিজেই বাংলা ভাষা বলতে খুব পছন্দ করি। এখন আপনারা চাইলে বাকি আপডেট বাংলাতেই দিতে পারি, অসুবিধা নেই, বাট বাকিদের ক্ষেত্রে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ব্যারিয়ারের ব্যাপার চলে আসে, সো তারাও ব্যাপারটা বুঝতে পারে না। ইয়েস, দেন ইটস কমপ্লিটলি ফাইন। যখন কোনো সমস্যাই নেই তাহলে তো কোনো কথাই নেই। বাট ইটস রেনিং ওয়ান্স এগেন, আবার বৃষ্টি শুরু হয়েছে, হবেই। অন অ্যান্ড অফ রেইনফল, অন অ্যান্ড অফ স্পেলস। Hi, Manas Baguli. Well, we're covering live cyclone Landfall, Cyclone Remal, which is moving ever closer to the coast of West Bengal. And some winds are really very powerful. For some reason, the clouds are not yet properly viewable at this point. Please explain about Kontai rain. Well, is there any kind of raining? I think there is raining. Yes. Well, I actually gone to check that if someone is not being able to hear me or not. It's already 9:33. Good night. I'm going to bed. Okay, you can go sleep. Have a good night's sleep. But I don't know this kind of cyclone will let you sleep properly or not. But the weather for sleeping is actually great. Just be with us. I got a call. Just wait. Back again once again. This cyclone is reminding me Ayla and Yas. Well, at the first stage it was looking like Yas, but it's now actually wrapping up itself properly. Well, obviously this cyclone uh, won't let you get any sleep this night. It's from my perspective, it's a category one, but from IMD and JTWC's perspective, it's a very it's a severe cyclone. I don't know if they are calling it a VSCS at this point or not. Uh, Possibilities of category 2 is currently almost nil because it's already coming over land slowly. So further intensification up to category 2 it's unlikely at this point. Maybe it will remain as a category 1 in my perspective. Uh, Other than that, no, it's not expected to become a category 2. Well, frequent rain is continuing. Can I go out? I don't know. I can go or not. Well, I can. Well, you can hear the winds here. Sometimes it's very stormy. It's very gusty at this point. The eye is actually located almost near Haldibari, in West Bengal, but it's still almost in the waters and about to start its landfall process. Well, the landfall process is kind of going, but it's, I will say, the 15% of work has done. Can be a low end cat 2, but microwave imagery, I checked the microwave imagery, it was not that supportive of a category 2 intensity, so I prefer to stick with cat 1. The winds are really powerful at some times when the gust is actually coming. I would have been happy if I had been able to show what is actually going on out there. But occasional rain is actually preventing me to do so. Already I'm in the ground zero, facing the cyclone live. I'm pretty much sure you can also hear the winds. Just listen to the sound. Well, this cyclone contains immense amount of rainfall. Indeed, there is forecast for 167 millimeters rainfall on my area. It should provide more than 167. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me check the rainfall expectations or accumulations. Sorry. What is this? Just a minute, I'm trying to open rainfall accumulation. Here you go. In the next 12 hours from its ECMWF, because it's the older update, so it's showing older data. It moves inland, it goes through Bangladesh and West Bengal, and this is the rainfall accumulation. If I zoom it quite a bit in the Bangladesh region, it shows in 3 days most of the areas is suspected or expected to actually register over 350 to 400 millimeters of rainfall. No, I don't have windy premium. I just changed the colors actually. মানে পার্সপেক্টিভের दिख থেকে আমি আমার তরফ থেকে একটু কাস্টম ভাবে কালার চেঞ্জ করেছি। इस साइक्लोन को सी ट्रेवल नहीं मिल पाया, वरना ये कैट 3 रीच कर सकता था। ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज द सी ट्रेवल, the distance between its actual formation area and its landfall location was very short, but shorter distance में भी कुछ cyclones क्या करता है, rapid intensification कर लेता है, लेकिन it's trying to do right now. I don't know why it's trying to do this, probably because of that brown ocean effect. Yes, when it will reach our area in the night. Already it's on the verge of making landfall. The process is already going on, and probably it will reach probably around 1:30 am, 2:30 am. Probably that will be the time. At that time, the wind speeds will be even more higher than the current. Okay. The winds can still be hearable. Okay, now it is showing something weird at this point. Now is it making landfall or not? But I think it's not yet has completed the landfall process. The gusting is expected around 150 to 160 max. When the winds is picking up once again. You can hear the rain. I don't know, it's actually doing the job. It's actually making the landfall. No, let's play the loop. We can understand what it's actually doing. Is it actually shifted towards mostly in the West Bengal region? I don't know. It's trying to do so. Well, it's trying to wrap itself up. Let's see. It's once again. It's showing the same thing. It's actually behaving like that 1998 cyclone which made landfall in Bangladesh, but almost had the same type of structure. It was a category 2 from my perspective. It also did a brown ocean effect over Bangladesh, and it also had a nascent eye. Wind possibility in Dhaka. It's actually increasing, I think. The winds are actually increasing in Dhaka right now. But the structure as of now, it's almost similar to 1998 Bangladesh cyclone, which made landfall in 20th of May 1998 probably, and it was quite powerful, especially in Chittagong or Chattogram. Weather 2M told that gusting may reach 180 kmph. Is it possible? Please answer me. Well, if that happens, then it will be really devastating condition for your area. But I hope that does not happen. Some in meteorologically term, it actually happens in localized area. I don't know it. It was expected to happen in a vast area or not, but sometimes we register some kind of winds which is quite abnormal and which happens in the localized areas. So overall it is expected to provide 150 to 160 kph gusts, but 180 is unlikely, but can happen in the small or localized areas. I think I hope the answer is clear. I hope what your doubt has been cleared. Is the other buttons? I can find it. Okay, now it shows the actual view. It's wrapping up. It's quite possibly it's wrapping up. Sorry for the rotation, keeps happening. Well, you can hear the winds. Well, I have released my personalized outlook for this year's 2024 North Indian Ocean cyclone season. Well, the winds is picking up. Well, the winds is definitely picking up at this point. Probably the work has begun. The landfall process is already halfway. And what I'm saying that 2024 NIO season, I'm expecting to be as normal as 2023, but 2023 in terms of major cyclone it was not normal, but it was quite decent in terms of 2019's activity. But uh, as of now, I'm expecting um, average, but not below average, because there might be another system forming in the longer range. Wow. In the longer range, I'm expecting another formation in the Bay of Bengal, but not sure about the Arabian Sea one. It's still in doubt. Because the consensus of the models have decreased for the cyclones in Arabian Sea. But still, if happens, if something abnormal happens, we'll be notifying you. Well, it seems like the landfall is imminent at this point. It's moving around Haldibari or Fraserganj. Now, whatever is happening, it's kind of weird at this point. The effect is expected in Kolkata it has been increased by 98% from the latest ECMWF runs. I've just gone through that runs. Let's let you see. Easterly. Let the website load. First of all, we will looking at the ensemble. What the hell? Okay. This is the ensemble. It's showing a wind here in the Western Pacific, which is actually intensifying, but now the eye has shrunk. That's why it's now weakening at this point. But let's look at the North Indian Ocean. It's weird. Because actually at the time of making landfall, it's kind of okay. This is the ensemble forecast. I'm not wrong. This is the ensemble forecast from the ECM showing its direct effect over West Bengal, and then affecting the state of West Bengal. It's moving towards Bangladesh, but still holding up its intensity over in Bangladesh as well. Let the dog bark. Let that dog barking. We don't have any what. Okay, this is and let's look at the ensembles, and this is what I've been talking about. It's Remal, based on ECM WF ensemble at this point. It shows Kolkata's affecting probability up to 98%. My goodness. Whoa. Let's look at 34 knot winds. Well, the normally tropical storm force winds are all the way extending from remote coastal North Odisha to most of Gangetic West Bengal and southern portion of Bangladesh as well. It's the cyclone force wind which is occurring over South 24 Parganas. Okay, boss. Hurricane force winds are also there, but as it is actually the older run, that's why it's not capturing that hurricane force wind. But you can still see some uh, dots or pixels over North 24 Parganas, South 24 Parganas, making landfall on that occasion. Few chances of hurricane force wind also predicted by ECM, obviously. This is the case where you actually don't see some kind of things, but unfortunately this is what nature thinks, and we have to admire that. Mother Nature is the only game changer. I think it should have been override to a category 1 because it's actually properly intensifying at this point. Should have been announced it as a cat 1 from at least from JTWC. I don't know what they have done. Let the imagery load. Here it is. Well, it looks like already the landfall process is on the go, and it should continue to do the same. Well, the southern portion, the clouds in the southern portion is wrapping up quickly towards the northern side. It indicates that the cyclone is actually maintaining its intensity at this point. Another system can form in Bay of Bengal around June. Just it's a TS or not, I don't know, but hopefully it should not be like that 03B of last year, because it was looking not that good. Obviously it was monsoonal in nature, that's why it was not good looking that good. Tropical easterly jet stream actually pushed its all convection to the western quadrant. That's why 03B of 2023 last year looked really weird, but it contained tropical storm force winds. Cyclone actually, tropical, what I, from my perspective, I actually say that tropical cyclone force winds are around 95 to 119, and then the hurricane force winds begins from 120. Below 95, it's tropical storm force from 65 to 94. Cyclonic winds, you can say. Cyclone force, it's actually not in meteorology. You can say cyclonic winds. Well, it will move towards Assam, Mr. Johnny Sings, but actually it will die at that time. But it will still be able to deliver large amounts of rainfall over Assam. It's a concerning thing as well, because some intense rainfall leads to flooding in Assam, and we also saw that in previous occasions. That's a unique username. I liked it. Thank you. uh, the winds are still coming on and off, blowing on and off, and it should continue like almost for a couple of hours. It will actually will be continued for the whole day, I will say. 27th will be the 27th night will be actually very tough night, because at that time the cyclone will go just over our area and then move towards Bangladesh. Probably, my goodness, probably the condition will improve from the afternoon, but still there will be some rains. But the main cyclonic thing will move into Bangladesh at that time. That will be 11 p.m. I think. It's already started the work. I already mentioned previously that it will make landfall between 8 p.m. The landfall process will be completed between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Something else is blowing up in Meghalaya. Obviously, the outer periphery, which is actually uh, anticipating some thunderstormy activities over there. Some higher CTT, I mean sorry, lower CTT clouds. Yes, it's 11 p.m. Okay. Uh, Weirdest conditions over here. I don't know why this screen is on. Let's see what's going on the other side. Okay, now it makes sense. Well, Modi ji in the corner. Hello, Modi ji. But let's look at this cyclone. Well, it's wrapping up. It's actually, I think it's category 1, minimally a category 1 at this point, because it's wrapping up tightly. It's building a tight core, and also an influence of brown ocean effect also taking place with this cyclone. Oh, that's, I really wish I can do that. It's taking a time to load the imagery. Just a minute, I'm getting up another call. Actually, the internet is fluctuating at this point. That's why there is a long pause once again. Mostly cyclones are from the month of October, but now 4 to 5 years cyclone mainly forms in May month. What is the reason? Has it paused? I think it has paused or something. Obviously, okay, it's obviously because of global warming. The temperatures in sea surface temperature is actually increasing at this point. 80 kilometers wind speed recorded in Patuakhali, and it should increase in frequent times as it passes through the through Bakhali and whatever it is, Baliara and Shagordeep, Saudi, no? Holdibari. Still, will request you to be safe. Stay updated. Keep tracking this cyclone. Uh, it can change its track anytime. But I think it will not change its track, but it can actually show some fury in the low-lying areas. It's already showing its fury. Almost near the end of the stream. Will request you you all to be safe and ensure that you have done enough preparations to prevent the danger. It's better not to wait for a tragedy. Uh, be safe and thank you, and do let me know how helpful this live stream was. I was covering this from ground zero. Hopefully uh, hopefully it might have been helped you. Will there 50-60 kph wind? It's maximum 50 to 60. It's not expected to intensify even more. Thank you, Shujunil Banerjee, as I find it very helpful. Its maximum limit. I don't think the winds will be higher than 60s. Maybe gust might reach upper 70s. That's it. Well, that's it for today's live stream. I will say tonight's live stream will be issued a small community tab update on its further activity after its landfall. Until then, good night, stay safe, stay updated, stay prepared, and thank you for watching this live stream. Ensure your safety. That's it. Stay safe, everyone. Stay safe, obviously.